Coach, congratulations on a really big win, impressive win over Wisconsin Platteville 2 weeks ago. What was the difference in that 21-point fourth quarter there?
Well, I think as a game goes, as fans, we watch them and we think that this ought to happen, and I think the game, it really didn't change a lot. It was we were pretty dominant in the first half. We had 250 yards, they had 100. But it was it was a tough fought game, but we had some errors going, trying to go in and near the end zone. So we turned the ball over on a pick, and then we turned over on a fumble, and it cost us. So you kind of go into halftime feeling good about how we're playing, and at the same time, we don't have anything to show for it. So it's 7-7 tie. But we did, Tim, and I think the question is good. Going in, we feel like we really have a lot of good athletes, and we have a lot of our front on defense can really pressure over and over and over, and we were able to do that. So we were really fresh at the end, and we were getting to their quarterback. They really do a great job throwing and doing some different things that way. And so I think the entire game, there weren't huge changes in it as much as there was, we wore them down, and their bigger guys were kind of struggling near the end because we just kept great pressure on our defensive front, and our coverage was amazing. So it was really a total team effort, but that difference was on well-conditioned front for Bethel.
Awesome. So coming off the bye week now, what were some areas of focus last week?
Well, I think the bye week is always, I always want to say, it's great to have a bye week right here, and I don't know if I always believe that, but I do like an early one because there's an extension of camp. Sometimes in a bye week when it's late and it might be like week 7, we'll have all these real good plans to grow our team and to grow our guys and do fundamental work, but then somebody's ankle hurts, or you got some injuries, and so what we were able to do is really kind of keep a flow going, and that's what we wanted to do is as much as we could. We had a JV game Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we had practices just like we had a game, and then Saturday the guys did a weight workout that would kind of simulate just a full exertion type of Saturday to keep that rolling, but also we were able to do fundamental things and kind of prep for our next thing.
Yeah. So the next thing now is MIAC play, and the MIAC now has a very different format with adding 2 new teams, going from 9 to 10, splitting in divisions. What are your thoughts on that, and does it change anything from your perspective, really?
It really does. I mean, it's a different model. And it's really a great one. I think it really inclusive for all teams. What it does is at the end we have 2 divisions, and at the end there's not only a championship game that gives you an opportunity to maybe stumble early and come back if you win your division, but then 1 plays 1, 2 plays 2, 3 plays 3. So yeah, 5 plays 5, which is really a much better game than the best team in the league playing that could happen and often does. And so the only problem that we found could happen was, say, St. John's and Bethel, which is happening now. At the beginning, that was kind of near the end, the crossover game. So this is a crossover game that we're playing this week. That was near the end, so then it could end up you're playing St. John's and then Hamlin and then St. John's again, and that's just too close. In football, that's a bad thing. And so the league that made the adjustments and did a great job with that, and so it's really pretty exciting. There's great matchups this weekend, and then hopefully we'll play them again at the end.
Yeah. So kicking it off right away, as you said, with St. John's, many memorable battles over the years. What first comes to your mind, or favorite memory maybe, when you think Bethel St. John's?
Well, St. John's, they're the benchmark, and our, I've been at Bethel for 30 some years, and a lot of those early years, hey, when's the Giants? I mean, it's kind of the benchmark game and all those different things, but really over the years, our fans don't like each other very much, but we've got a good relationship with their staff and their players. We love to play them. I think they love to play us, and the atmosphere up there is really great, and I just think there's it's a special weekend, and it just so happens to be that we're good enough and they're good enough for it to be nationally. It's a big game this weekend, and so I have a whole bunch of stories, but okay, I'm gonna give one. Okay, 2006, my son Cornell was on our team, is on the JV, and we were playing. It's 10th game and it's all going, and he turned around, and some of the other JV guys that weren't dressed for the game, but they were there on our sideline, they weren't paying attention, and so he gets them all together and he says, "You guys, you pay attention to what's going on. You have no idea how much pain this place has caused my family." And so that's one of my favorites. We did win that game too, but it's just that kind of thing to where St. John's, playing St. John's, Bethel St. John's game's a big deal. There've been some great ones here and up there, and it's kind of a good kind of rivalry where it's not a hateful thing, it's a respect deal, and here we go.
Yeah, it's awesome. What about this year's St. John's team? What have you been able to gather about them, or what to expect?
Well, they're rated high. They had a really close game and good game with Aurora that was kind of a rematch off of the playoffs, so that was kind of a cool thing. And then they had a bye, and then they beat Martin Luther. So we know that the COVID thing is, I don't know I'm not sure how we are, and so they had a great quarterback and a great offensive line, and they, typical St. John's, they have some great guys to plug in, and so they're formidable. But the last time we played them, they were as good as a college team as we've ever played against, and it's always a good game, and I don't know, and so but we'll give them what we have, and I think we'll be well prepared.
Yeah, well, go get them on Saturday.
Okay, can't wait.